So the first reactions, the reviews are in. And have I been wrong about Snow White all this time? Hey everyone, Brickhouse here. Welcome back to the channel. And it's almost time. Snow White, in less than 24 hours, will officially be out in theaters. Of course, at the time of this recording, we're just a few hours away from preview day. That's right, 2 o'clock Eastern time is the time when the theaters will first be able to make Snow White available to the public. And I gotta say, I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad that it's the end. This isn't going to be my last Snow White video. I'm going to have at least one more. And that's because I got to cover the box office numbers either Sunday night or Monday. Probably Monday. But I said in other videos I wasn't going to waste my time with this movie. But I may just have to go see it to see what kind of train wreck that it is for myself. So with that, let's get into a few things, shall we? Right out of the gate, Variety. Snow White first reactions praise film as a visual feast, and one of Disney's best live action remakes in years. Didn't they just release Mufasa? Now, I'm not going to get into a lot of these reviews. I mean, these first reactions were actually people handpicked by Disney to show up at the premiere in Los Angeles. So, not surprising, these first reactions are going to be what they are. And here's just a small sampling. Variety film reporter Casey Stefan praised star Rachel Zegler as a shining supernova, adding that the film is a visual feast with show-stopping new musical numbers and, of course, dozens of enchanting animated animals. The screenplay wisely gives its heroine newfound depth through her fervent desire to become the leader her father believed she could be, and a love story that's sweet as apple pie. Online critic Christopher Rates, it wrote of the film, kind of weird how that sounds, Snow White is not only one of their best live-action remakes in years, but it's also a film that recaptures the magic of the 1937 movie. Wait, I thought they were diverging from the 1937 animated classic. Rachel Zegler is Snow White, and she delivers such a magical performance. Filmhound's editor Paul Klein echoed the praise with one caveat, writing that he may regret saying this, but Snow White is solid. I really enjoyed the musical numbers, particularly the opening one and the Queen's Evil Bop. Zegler was great in the lead role, and Godot, however you want to pronounce Gal's name, was fun. It's really the CGI dwarves that let the film down. The choice is baffling. So that's just a small sampling of the first reactions. Now, let's get to the juicy stuff, shall we? The review embargo was lifted yesterday at, I think it was 3 p.m. Eastern time. And what's hilarious about this is the fact that if Disney had any confidence in this movie whatsoever, the review embargo would have been lifted probably 5 to 7 days prior to the box office, not 24 hours before preview Thursday. And there's a reason why they only gave 24 hours before preview Thursday to release reviews. And that's because they have zero confidence in this movie. They don't want you or me, the paying customer, to see negative press days before the release of this movie. They've pulled out all the stops to try to make this movie as successful as possible. So here we go. Rotten Tomatoes. Well, let's start here at Cosmic Book News. Snow White Rotten Tomatoes score disaster for Disney. Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. I know you guys are going to flame me for mispronouncing Gal's name. Fine. Be it what it may. I got flamed for not pronouncing Servius Snape correctly on a previous video. The Snow White Rotten Tomatoes score is now available from critics, which is a complete disaster for Disney and Rachel Zegler. The box office outlook hasn't been good, judging from early ticket sales. See my previous video for that. The Rotten Tomatoes score might be the final nail in the coffin for Disney's Snow White, putting the flick permanently to sleep. So here we go. Rotten Tomatoes. Let me back up a couple steps here. Right now, we're sitting at 48%. Now, if you notice here, something caught my eye. Normally on Tomato Meter, you see all critics and top critics, and you can toggle back and forth. But this time on the Tomato Meter, they don't have top critics. So you can see the top critic percentage. But if we do a little digging here, we go to top critics. If you notice, there are 31 reviews so far under top critics. 22 of them are rotten, 9 are fresh. So that means 30% of the critics, the top critics, are rotten. Now, why would Rotten Tomatoes want to hide that? So I'm not going to read all these. I mean, there's a couple in here. Let's see here. Let's just pick out a couple. There's nothing magical in Mark Webb's movie, but it nevertheless feels uncanny spending $250 million to make a film in which absolutely nothing works is kind of a dark art in and of itself. Now, that's $250 million number. We'll find out what the actual budget is because this was filmed in England. Remember, those tax documents will get dropped, which will detail the budget, the tax credits, so on and so forth. I'm guessing this movie is going to be closer to probably $400 million when it's all said and done. Maybe even north of $400 million. Maybe $500 million. Let's see here. Let's find another one. A timeless classic, a groundbreaking achievement for animation, has been turned into another pointless and awkward live-action automaton that vanishes from your mind the second it's over. This Snow White may not be the worst live-action adaptation of an animated touchstone, though it's a strong contender for its blandest. The movie does earn points as a bedtime story, however, because it will definitely put you to sleep. So there's just a small smattering of what's over on Rotten Tomatoes. You guys can check it out yourselves if you want. Now, there's some other reviews out there, and I'm just going to read a few headlines. From Slash Film, Snow White review. The latest Disney remake is better than expected, but still pretty dopey. Rolling Stone, Snow White is like being stuck in the most controversial Disney adult nightmare ever. Seriously, this live action adaptation that has everyone ready to take to the streets. Even over Vulture. I don't know why, but Snow White is totally about lefty infighting. Just say if you follow politics, if you know, you know. Bleeding Fool, Snow White review. Mirror, mirror on the wall. This remake falls short of them all. So there you have it. The positive spin from the first reactions and the negative spin from the reviews after the embargo has been lifted. So it's up to you, the viewer. I'm not going to tell you not to go see this. I'm not telling you to go see it. You have to make up your own mind whether you want to fork out your hard-earned cash to go see this movie or not. Me, I am going to go see it this afternoon. I may follow up with a review, possibly, so be on the lookout for that. But tell me what you guys think. Comment in the comment section down below. Snow White, is it a hit or is it a miss? And while you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And with that, share this video out there with your friends and family, and I will see you guys later.